Hello, welcome to my video. Today I'll be doing question 10, 06062 to October November 2018 series from IGCSE Passive Paper Additional Mathematics 0606. Two lines are tangents to the curve y equals to 12 minus 4x minus x squared. The equation of each tangent is of the form y equals to 2k plus 1 minus kx, where k is a constant. Find the two possible values of k. So basically, we are going to look for two linear equations in this form and two possible values of k. So we will be getting two different tangents, basically. So we are finding k. First of all, we can just equate these two equations together because we have the common figures y. So when we equate them together, we'll be able to write these two equations in one equation as this form, where you notice that this is just a quadratic equation, where in front of the x squared here, it basically means 1x squared. You don't have to write it down, but again, it will be easier for us when we apply this equation b squared minus 4ac as we find the values of k. So b squared minus 4ac here, the a is basically the numbers in front of an x squared, while b will be the figures in front of the x. So in this case, you can see is 4x minus kx. So again, this part, you can always rewrite it as 4 minus kx, where the bracket here basically means b. And here, the entire constants over here, that's without any x, will be c. So b squared minus 4ac is very useful when we are looking for values that are not x. Like we are not solving the equation, but we are finding the equation. Like we are finding for the factor in front of the x. So after that, with this equation, things will be just much easier. We just have to substitute all these brackets, all these numerical figures into this letters here. So again, b squared, we just have to square this bracket, minus 4 multiplied by a here, in this case just 1, and c is the entire constants over here, the expression over here. So by doing this, we are actually notice that we are getting rid of all the x over here. We are just extracting the parts that we are going to calculate, that we're going to manipulate in order to find the unknown k. So again, b squared minus 4ac here, we equals them to 0 because they are tangents. And after that, all you have to do is to simplify this bracket. Then you continue with your calculation. And as you expand this bracket, you need to be careful that the negative here, it will turn, because negative k multiplied by negative k will give you a positive k squared, but negative 4k minus negative 4k will give you negative 8k. So all you have to be careful of is the sign in front of the numbers. In this case, I actually skip one step, which is not really important if you can just calculate it, if you can just expand it without problem. Or else you may have to do it in this way, where you write it step by step, like 4 minus k multiplied by 4 minus k. I'm just extracting the parts that are over here, because this part is pretty straightforward. Just multiply the negative 4 into 2k and with the negative 11. And for the bracket part, this is the only part I skip. I may as well just write it down here. So 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4, it just basically 16. And then 4 multiplied by negative k, you get negative 4k. Negative 4k again multiplied by 4, you will get 4k again, negative 4k again. Then negative k multiplied negative k, you will get positive k squared. And then I just simplify in this way. Then I just put the entire expression over here. So this is how I got to this part. And after that, you just have to continue to simplify this long equation into a shorter, more straightforward quadratic equation like this. And all you have to do is to factorize this equation in this way. 6 and 10 are the factors of 60. And then with negative 6 and negative 10, you'll be able to get negative 16k as when you multiply these two brackets together, to get back here. So this is just a normal factorizing procedures you have to carry out. It's pretty easy to factorize. And after that, since these two brackets both equals to 0, when you multiply them, we can just say that each of them just equals to 0. K minus 6 equals to 0, so we will be getting a k that's value of 6, and k minus 10 equals to 10. 10 minus 10 equals to 0, and this will be the two k values for the two different tangents. When you substitute these two different k values into this general equation over here, you will get two different equations for two different tangents. So this is the second part of the question. Find the coordinates of the point of intersection for two tangents. So of course, you just have to sub in the two values that you find for your k into this equation that they give you in the question. So when you sub in 6, as you simplify your equation like this, you will be able to get the final simplifying tangents equation for one of the tangent here, in this case 13 minus 6x. And when you substitute k equals to 10 into this equation over here, you'll be able to simplify the second tangents equation of the second tangents in this form. So of course we'll be using these two equations, and notice that it says the coordinates of the point of intersection. So in another word, it means they only intersect at one point. And all we have to do is to find the coordinates. In another word, we just have to find its x and y. And that's all we have to do in order to get these 4 marks. So using these two equations, all you have to do is just to, again, equate them together because they have the common factor y. When you equate them together, move everything from one side to the other side. Try to move the x. As you move the negative 6x here to this side, you will get the negative here will become a positive. So this side, it changes from negative 10x to a negative 4x because it's plus 6x. And when you move the negative 4x here back to the other side, because we want to get a positive value, a positive factors in front of the x as possible, because it will help us to find the answer easier. And when we move the part with the x to the other side, you will eliminate the x, become positive, and then we will move the constant positive 13 here to the right hand side over here, and then it becomes 21 minus 13, and then you will actually get a positive 8 here. So it becomes more straightforward. All you have to do is to find the x, and this is what you got. You can press your calculator. And then to find y, all you have to do is to substitute the value of your x into one of this tangent equation you find. And in this case, I've substituted to the tangent equation on top over here. So I get my y value as 1. And then you may rewrite your answer, telling the examination more clearly that the coordinates of the point of intersection is 2, 1, where x is 2, y equals to 1.